Welcome ladies and gentlemen to PSGL Season 26 F6 pre-season round at Singapore. I'm your commentator IRL Neon, or some people know me as Jared Fosbury. Just making sure everything is underway as we will go on board with Harry Cooper, or LR underscore, I can't say that's his PSN name, but as Cooper's used to be called on his LR account, in the McLaren today. I'm just trying to sort this out. You guys having a very nice day? Well then. There's the new DRS zone in this area now in Singapore, which is great to see, so another place for overtaking. Hopefully we can see some overtaking in this area today. As we have 18 drivers, which is awesome. As we'll say on Mr. Cooper, or LR Cricks, I think. He's in the tunnel. About to start his qualifying lap. As he now picks up the speed into the final corner then. Final two corners as he gets a nice exit. DRS is activated. Doesn't invalidate, and let's go on board with Harry then. Nice and tidy through turn 1, 2 and 3. Has traffic there, mine's out for the McLaren, stays away. It's now approaching turn 5. Nice and tidy there. Decent exit. Another rear kicking out at all. He looks very concentrated and focused in this McLaren. Down the long straight, approaching out into turn 7. Hopefully he doesn't run wide, keeps it within track limits. It's a little bit deep. It's now turn 9. Nice and tidy exit. This is in sector 2, my favourite part of the track. Nice and flowing. Into the hairpin he goes now, goes into gear 2, doesn't drop the first gear for extra rotation, activates DRS, and he's purple in sector 2 as well. That's tidy for Cooper then, into the first little chicane, avoids the first entry curb. It's been a very nice tidy lap there from LR Chris, as everybody else is actually out on track, so we'll go on board with the Haas driver, I believe, who's next on the lap. As he comes down through the final two corners then. Oh, he backs off. So that was a banker. He's done a 36.5. Don't know if that's good or not, but I know he backed off there. As the Haas driver, I believe, of Adam. No, it's not Adam, actually, but he is on a lap. And Panos said there's a 134.887, so about 2 seconds quicker. And Big Boy Duran does a 35.3. He currently sits in second place, so on board with Adam right now in the Haas. Now he's coming through the final two corners. Will he have anything to challenge the front two? He comes up to the line and does a 35.7, so he takes third place there. And there comes the Williams. Timpson, who's started his lap then. We'll go on board with him and see how he will do. Nice and tidy then. Well, it's actually, that was the Haas that I believe has gone off track, or has either moved out of the way, I believe, for everybody to do their qualifying laps. And I've raced with Timpson before, as actually I was in his evaluation race commentating. Oh, he makes a massive mistake there and invalidates. That's a shame for him, as he will be near the top today, I think. I think he'll be able to challenge a few of the guys up top, like Felix and Lewis Marshall, who are going to be in the Mercs, as their cars have been allocated the black Mercedes, which looks awesome. So he will be the first person who's done a lap with a 137.2, so I don't know if that is a banker, as he is in the Lewis Hamilton. Mercedes as we'll go on board with Finland, who's approaching the line now. What time will he do then? He does a 1:36.7, so he goes 6th on a set of medium tyres. Very good stable lap there from him. As we'll go on board. Tipson actually validated. Anybody else on a quick lap? Not at the moment. Nobody else is on a good lap or quick lap at the moment yet. There's only Tipson who's actually validated, but I think he's going to give it another go then. As we go on board with him, he doesn't invalidate 141.9. He definitely backed off there through the final sector to save his ERS. As that's a Renault there leaving the garage. I believe that may be Behinden. That's his PSN name. As Kevin Rodriguez says, let's go Adam and Edu. It's good to have some. Well, it's good to have them some fans in to see how they do well in pre-season. As we go on board with Tipson there, sector 1 is 26.5. This time it just stays within track limits, but it looks like he's actually lost a bit of his front wing. So that isn't good for him. I don't think will be a representative lap time. We'll stay on board him since he's the only one on a lap. Maybe this will be just a bag for him with 10 minutes and 33 seconds remaining of the session. Top 7 currently is Panos in the lead, with Legenda in 2nd, Big Boy June in 3rd, Adam 4th, LR Chris in 5th, FRL Finley in 6th, and Felix is in 7th place. Everybody else hasn't set a lap time yet, or has, and it's been invalidated. As I believe Lewis Marshall is going to be doing a lap very shortly, so we'll go on board with Lewis. As Tipson's actually invalidated, so we'll go on board with Lewis right now then. In the black Mercedes, as he begins his flying lap. It's not an lap. I did say he was on a lap, but he isn't anymore. Nice tie there through turn 1, 2 and 3. Nice and tidy exit. Control of the car. I've raced with Lewis before. He's a very quick guy, consistent at times. He's also a very great person to talk to and help you out as he's takes that corner. Very nice side there. Purple in sector 1. So Panos is under threat then by Lewis Marshall. Or is Praga. Let's see what Praga can do then. Nice and tidy exit. Using all the track he can. Bit of a lock up there. The brakes locking up a little bit. So the gears. Bit of a lock up on the left front there. Doesn't go to first gear. I've noticed a lot of people haven't gone first gear in the hairpin this year. Tight so far. Another lock up there, I saw on the right front it looked like. Nice and tidy, very close to that wall as he comes down through the final 2 corners. Runs out of VRS, but he also lifts off. So he's not showing his true pace yet. So he's doing what the Mercedes do in actual pre-season, backing off. As Marshall just beats his teammate though, and moves up into 7th place. As we'll go on board with one of the Renaults, with Heinen, who's actually just about to finish his lap time then, and takes 3rd place with 1:34.933. Wow, only 100th off his teammate Legende, who's in 3rd, as Diego Gello in 2nd place does a 1:34.9 on medium tyres. So, wow, that's a very quick lap time. If that's the quickest everybody can do is in the 34s on the soft tyres, and he goes 2nd place then, and he will be happy with that. As we will go on board with, actually that's Big Boy Jones who's actually on the lap there. That throw needs to get out of the way. Does. People do say the race point is the B-Spec Merc. As the runner there pulls to the side, I believe that was Legende, so I think his lap is game over. Very controlled with the car is Big Boy Jones. approaching the hairpin corner now. Runs a bit wider than everybody else, and it actually looks like it works. It didn't really have to break that much, and very flowing hairpin corner he took. He's currently in 5th with a 135.3, and he's 3/10 up, so he could be in the low 35s, maybe the high 34s. Oh, bit of a lock up there on the right front in the chicane. Rides the curve, almost hits that wall. Very close person to that wall. As FRL Torres does a 134.291, so he has set the current fastest lap, quicker than everybody so far, as he is in pole position. As here comes Big Boy June, then will he have anything to say to him, as he's really picked up the pace, and he's a 134.2, takes pole position there, so he improves by a lot in sector 3. And beats FRL Terrorist by a couple hundredths there, as I believe Legende did move up there to 3rd with a 134.7, and Panos drops to 4th with, actually, he's got no end plates on either side of his front wing, so he needs to come to the pits and get his front wing changed ASAP. As we'll go on board with the other Ferrari then, as Gary 003 he is in sector 2, just past sector 1 earlier, as he has the race point ahead. I believe that is Big Boy Juen. So then in the Ferrari, so everybody's car allocations is correct on the grid. Oh, as he makes a massive mistake there into the hairpin, and he will not be happy with that, and that's the first person I've seen make a mistake like that into the hairpin corner. So he's struggling for grip on those medium tyres. As AJU takes 3rd place in the race point in medium tyres with 34.7 there. So maybe the mediums can do 34s, and the softs possibly could do low 34s to high 33s. He's very then. His approach now the final 2 corners, as we will go on board with... Actually, I believe the car's behind him, I think, on in laps, but he can go there and does a 35.4, goes 8th fastest currently, as we go on board with Adam. Oh, was just about to go on him, who moves up to 3rd place there, so that's a very good lap for him on the soft compound of tyre. There's one of the Mercedes that are leaving the garage, and that is Lewis Marshall. As we'll go on board with the Haas driver, the other Haas driver in the Kev Magnussen car. So the medium tyres, hasn't done a lap time yet, with only 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining of the session. As he actually cuts the corner there, I think trying to give him a little bit of time, see if he can make 2 runs. I think he's actually coming into the pits. If he comes into the pits, yes he is. And the next one I believe is he's also actually going to pit. So then the next one after that is actually Felix Negwart, I believe. And there's Williams ahead. Is that Tipson? That's actually Tipson, who's actually invalidated and will be coming into the pits. So we'll stay on board with Felix then. As now he comes now around the final 2 corners. Will he actually do a full lap time this time instead of backing off in the final corner? There's a nice tidy through turn 1, 2 and 3. Let's see what Felix can do then. It's 4th gear in turn 5. Nice entry, didn't bump over the curb or anything. Very nice tie there through. Little kink. Felix looks very focused right now. Ooh, bit of a lock up. That's going to demoralise him a little bit. Hopefully he can get back under control and not make too many lockups on this lap. He's got 2 minutes and 45 minutes, so this is his final lap, I believe. I don't think he'll have enough time to do another lap. Unless the teammates do want to do this, Lewis Marshall's Praga and Felix's F3 may want to just sandbag their Mercedes pre-season and wait till the official race of round 1. As he's currently a couple hundredths up on his lap time right now. As I don't know what the tyre strategy is yet, so, but we will be notified the tyre strategy when we go under the formation lap. It's very under control on his lap time at the moment, as Lewis Marshall, I believe, is on a lap as well. But there's a Renault behind, I believe it's Verhanen, in 8th place currently. As here comes Felix then, to the line. What time will it be? It takes 9th place with 35.1. And that's his lap done then, as we'll go on board with Verhanen, and then we'll go on board with Lewis Marshall as Praga in the Mercedes. Verhanen then comes around the final corner, runs out of VRS, and does a 1:34.4, takes 4th place. And we now go on board with Lewis Marshall or Praga. There's a lot of people have made mistakes on their laps, as everybody is basically out. Maybe this is why Praga and Felix want to get their laps done as soon as possible, as Verhanen retires on track. Hopefully that doesn't affect anyone. However, Praga beats his teammate, goes 7th with a 34.7, so very good lap time indeed from the Mercedes drivers there. As we go on board with the AlphaTauri. Khalifi, I believe, or can't actually say his PSN name. Oh, he might get held up by the McLaren. McLaren pulls off to the side there, just to try and avoid a collision, as there's only 50 seconds remaining of the session, and F1 Terrace says oh no, because Verhanen retired on track. He has F1 Terrace actually got a flag replacement for having contact with the Renault, who retired manually on track, and Kiwi then moves up into 11th with 35.3. As we'll go on board with the Williams driver of Timpson then, who has begun his final attempt to set a lap time on the medium compound of tyres. This time no wing damage at all. There's only 3 retirements in quali at the moment, and both Haas drivers I think have lost it. Through there as we're going sector 1 then, 26.4, not purple at the moment. Oh, invalidates, and I just want to have a look who that was. Was that Adam? It was Adam who made that mistake, so he pits. Same with the other Haas, so their lap times are done then. As we go on board one of the Red Bulls of Dylan. No front wing damage on his car, and is about to finish his qualifying lap, and then we will go on board with his teammate as Thomas in 18th, also on the mediums on the Red Bull. Oh, very close and personal to that wall there. And he invalidates, and that's a shame. He does a 34.5 on mediums, so he would have been up there. Would have been in 6th place. As Thomas has also invalidated. We'll see if he's actually... Oh, he's cut the corner there again. So I think this lap time isn't representative. A lot of people actually have invalidated their laps. What about the McLaren? Yep, I think everyone's finished their laps then. Oh, as the racing point has gone off in the tunnel, little tunnel area, and has had a big shunt to the wall. Let's watch out for that Mercedes there. I think it was Mercedes that almost loses the rear end there as well. I think that was Felix. Is Felix actually improving on his lap time? Actually, I wouldn't expect him to be on another lap. He's done a 34. Yes, he does. He takes 9th, a 34.764. So Praga thought he beat Felix, and then Felix comes out of nowhere and says, "No, you don't." And it takes P9 by a couple hundredths there. So a decent lap there from the Mercedes pairing. However, though, Big Boy Duran, FRL Terrace, and Legende take the podium spots in qualifying. But everyone knows there's no points in pre-season. There's no points in the qualifying. It's only in the race. Let's see who can win the pre-season race then, as we wait for Panos then to retire the car. Although Big Boy Junior will be happy, I believe this is his first PSGL race, but he'll be happy nonetheless. Race Point there takes first place. It's been a while since F6 has had a Racing Point win a race. And then Big Boy Duran in first with 134.2. FRL Terrace has 5 grid placement with 34.291 as well, only a couple hundredths. Legende third, Adam takes 4th, Panos 5th, Vine in 6th, Diego 7th, AJU in 8th, Felix 9th, Praga 10th, Khalif in 11th, Jerry in 12th, FRL Finley in 13th, Harry Cooper in 14th, Timpson 15th, Amson, I believe, in 16th, IRR or Dylan in 17th, and Thomas is in 18th. And Amson also has a 5 grid placement, I believe, with the collision of his teammates after the tunnel section. So then we will move into the race now. Well then, while we wait for people to pick their setups then, as the session actually isn't glitched, I thought it was. Timpson then has picked his setup, and everyone now will be picking their setups and altering it a little bit, and picking their race strategies. Is a new game, so I don't know what the race strategy is. Is it a 2-stop, or is it like 2019, a 1-stop, medium to hards, or hard to mediums, or a soft hard strategy, hoping for a safety car? Only time will tell then, as everyone now will be ready. Everyone then leaves the track with no issues or anything, as we'll check the tyres then. The top 10 has to start on the tyre they qualified on, so it's the same as they qualified, as Diego Gello was actually the highest medium runner in 6th place then, and he will be happy with that. So it goes Big Boy Duran in 1st in the racing point, Legende takes 2nd, Adam moves up to 3rd with terrorist's penalty, Panos 4th, Vahanen in 5th, 6th Diego Gello, F1 terrorist with 5 grid placement, he drops to 7th, AJU in 8th, Felix is in 9th, Praga is in 10th, Leafy in 11th, Jerry is in 12th place on the medium tyres, FRL Finley's also on the mediums in 13th, and Harry Cooper there in 4th on the hards in the McLaren, Timpson in 15th, and IRO_ Dylan in 16th, with his teammate in 17th, both on mediums, and then Senpai is on hards, and there is your predicted stop strategy. 1-stop medium to hard, or you can try a 2-stop medium, medium, hard, but it actually hasn't worked out soft, I think, because I haven't gone on a person on soft tyres. So wait for the pit stop prediction to come up again for the soft drivers there. So it is still a 1-stop then with medium to hards, but with people qualifying on soft tyres, will it be a 2-stop soft to medium, medium, or will it be just still 1-stop soft to hard? We'll have to wait and see. As we see the Big Boy June there was backing up a little bit into the hairpin, which he is allowed to do. He does have the right to control the pace. Everybody has to be within 10 cars lengths though as well. And any predictions, do leave them in the chat, as I think Big Boy June is actually going to win the pre-season race with Legenda in 2nd, and I think Praga, as Lewis Marshall, may scrape 3rd with Felix in 4th. So I think both those Mercedes were sandbagging. I don't think they were using their full pace yet. Now, if that was their full pace and people were going to watch out for them this season, I'll be very worried for the Mercedes crew. And there we go then. So come now through the final corner. And it will be a 2-stop lane for the soft tyres, soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, hard. And their pit windows will be on lap 5 or 8. Now, I believe they can go to lap 8 and go hard to the end. So then, ladies and gentlemen, as apparently it says we're on lap 2, but we are not. We're on lap 1 then, as we wait for the light system to get underway. Now we're up to 5 red lights, and we're underway for the PSGL Season 26 F6 pre-season race, and already there's a squabble further behind, and look at the Renaults sandwiched in between the Haas and the Williams. Reminds me between the Ferraris and the Red Bull of Vettel, Kimi and Max Verstappen. as everybody else has come nice and tidy. No damage, it looks like, on the Haas's car. However, what about the Renault? Yes, there's contact with the Renault. He's lost a little bit of front wing, it looked like, there from the front end. As there comes Praga, already a man who I predicted to be up there. And look at Felix already picking up the pace, trying to make moves left, right. And so a bit more contact between Praga there and the Alfa Romeo, who did qualify in 3rd place. And Praga was sandbagging, and it looks like as he's already got the grips on his mediums, and it makes the move quite easily. And now the Racing Point of AJU also makes the move and follows it, what Lewis did, and it moves into 7th. Oh, a bit of a squeeze, and hopefully there's no contact there, and there's a VSC. There is an AlphaTauri off the track there, and I think Verheyen was involved in that. I just missed it because I was on the camera view on Felix there, but it looks like, I can't, if it showed me his front wing, if he's got his front wing in his car, he's got no front wing. What about Verheyen? He's lost his left end plate. Has Cooper been involved? Also lost his right end plate as well. And similar Haas driver, I think he's actually alright then, as it is a virtual safety car. And that is a shame there, as Big Boy June still currently holds the lead. And we are ready to go back green flag racing very shortly. There's a massive train here. This reminds me of the Britain race in real life. And we're surely should be going underway very soon. Everything is back up. As DRS has now been enabled apparently. There's apparently one lap 3. We're not on lap 3, we're actually on lap 2, so I don't know why it's giving us an extra lap. Adam then is in the 4th place. Yellows in one, I believe that was one of the cars crashing into the pit lane. As Verheyen stays out with his end plate, and there's that Praga who's, oh, it's on this glitch. I think Praga's been lapped. What's going on here? Right, I think from 6th and all the way down is the correct order. For some reason, with everybody else pitting, it's... What has gone on? It says Julian's actually 5th. He's actually leading. He didn't pit. Very confused to that there. As Big Joey Junior is apparently in at 5th place. Legenda is in 6th apparently. Oh, I think the field is moving up, so I think if they pass them, I think it should fix themselves after they move on to the 3rd lap. So there we go, there is the official order then. So Praga is actually in 6th place and slowly catching up on the Ferrari ahead, but maybe want to try and aid his teammate. AJU, there's blue flags that actually show. I don't know why there's blue flags. However, AJU though is in the prep by Felix Engels. We'll get a nicely wide battle. The 2020 Merc versus the Racing Point, as people say, the B-Spec Merc. Now we officially start lap number 3 as Praga sets the current fastest lap time of a 140 flat in the medium tyres. So the mediums now are starting to work compared to the guys who qualified on soft tyres. So maybe it is a very smart decision to start on mediums to hards. There's no move from the front yet. There may be a move actually between the Ferrari behind Felix here actually. No move at the moment. We actually have missed a move though behind actually Tipson and Thomas. Tipson there drops to 12th. Won't be happy with that. It is pre-season behind and finally makes his pit stop, goes on the hard tyres. Maybe actually try to avoid the double stack or something when he didn't pit earlier on. Yeah, nice camera shot there, the Williams. As we're going to go aboard with Panelson in the other Williams, who's currently in 3rd place. And Adams only a couple of tenths off, and this is a massive train there for 3rd place, all the way down to 9th. So Panos is really holding up the train, very helping out Legende and Uwe June because they've already pulled up. Around about a 3-second gap. Gap to lead from Panos is 3.3, and the gap from Legende to Panos is 2.6. So, and oh, you saw there the Williams, I believe, rear end kicked out a little bit. So the soft tyres are also now starting to fail as he picks up a penalty. And now the Haas driver of Adam is starting to close up. But the drivers behind on mediums are closing up even quicker. There's a fight further behind actually still. Between FRL Finley and Dylan Wood keeping an eye on that battle as well. But this is a massive scrap for P3. As Diego Gello then is closing up on the Haas. But it doesn't help, basically. He can't make a move. As now, here comes Praga then. Activates his ERS overtake. He's making a move on the Ferrari. Already trying to make the move. Well, as they go side by side, it's easy to make contact here. I've made contact here before. And Diego there, oh, very close. And fair racing there as Cooper says 39th flat, 1 second quicker than Praga, but however, he is in clear air. There's no position ahead that's been made. There's still on board of these as the rest point now. He's trying to find a way through. We'll go on board with AJU. Sees Praga there, locks up a little bit. He's a bit cautious, I've noticed, approaching into the hairpin area. It's amazing how big this train is. Will he be in striking distance yet? No, he will have to wait. Buy his time and hope that Praga makes another mistake. And you have to be very smart with your ERS button as overtake, as you don't control your ERS anymore. You have to be very smart in your decision. Oh, there's yellow flags. That's behind him, I believe. It is behind him. Behinden's lost it. Behinden has gone off somewhere. And luckily, he gets back on the controllers. Oh, car pits. Oh, and there's the Ferrari! And Diego just drifts there into the pits. Tries to get ahead of the Haas. I don't think he wanted to do that. And that will make Praga laugh a little bit, but wow, that is a shame there for the Ferrari. He just loses control of the car and gets a penalty, apparently for speeding, I think, as well. But this isn't good for Praga. The racing point is now within DRS with no DRS for Praga, so he can attack. DRS is into overtake, DRS out, but I don't think he has low enough wings actually to even challenge Praga with DRS and overtake available. Oh, more yellows. That's Finley. Finley's gone off. Oh, dangerous rejoin. Luckily, Ghoston's on. And no damage as I can see on the car. And he will have to try and cool those tyres off. As we stay on board for the battle for P4 now, whose Praga's actually trying to catch up with third place man Panos, as the gap between them and the leader from Praga is 4.4 seconds. Let's see what they can do then, as here comes Felix now. We'll go on board with Felix and see if he can challenge the racing point. This tyre there is staying focused. It's great to see how close these guys can race. So we're on lap 5 officially. Ooh, Everblade made a little twitch. Making that corner as the throwing out behind Felix. Felix now starting to drop back. Just a tiny little bit. Just staying within DRS. As Legende makes his pit stop. Goes from soft to mediums. So he's doing the undercut as Felix makes a mistake there. And now Lewis is in attack on Panos. Panos has done something wrong here because he wasn't that close. But look at this, DRS is already activated. He's making a move, oh, very tight between these two. He's on the outside for the next corner and gets the move done. Panos there drops to third place. Under threat by the rest of the point, but here comes Felix. Felix, oh, very close and personal. Touching the wall, sandwich there, you did the Felix and Felix. I know Felix, he will not be happy with that. He'll be furious under that helmet. And he drops into 6th place. As he is the division's admin as well, so you need to be a bit kind to him. Don't want to ruin his race. As the Praga moves up to 2nd, he now starts to catch up 3.5 seconds, and he's already catching by a couple of hundreds. Like, just every little bit, and it's starting to catch one big boy doing that, who's in the lead currently. And I think the guys who've stayed out on softs a bit too much as Felix goes for a dive bomb and a half. Oh, and he almost loses the rear end. As anger isn't the best medicine to make an overtake, because Jerry there is in 4th place actually as well after these two collided. And Praga's already pulling away, and Felix may not want that to happen. So you get really close and personal in the tunnel. Oh, Felix has to brake there. as he wasn't expecting AGU to break so early. As AGU makes a mistake, will he make a move on the final corner? As Panos there peels into the pits with Big Boy June also into the pits. Here comes Felix now. Will he make a dive into turn 1 as we get a nice shot of his helmet and the halo gets so close. In person. Oh, and he makes another correction on the steering wheel, and now the Red Bull behind him is now starting to close up as Praga then takes the lead currently. See what the gap is between him and Big Boy June. He needs to make that, I think, the 22, 23, I believe. Around here, maybe a 20-second pit stop to try and take the lead. Jerry there is now under threat then by the Racing Point. Is it you? After Diego's pit stop, he's actually catching up Big Boy June, so he's actually gained a lot of time, and it's actually, apparently, as I thought I clicked him, he's actually made a move there, and it's technically took that lead, but I think he thought it was a bit, actually, a bit too dangerous, a bit too aggressive there, and gives the position back. Although he is challenging the net leader, and this is good for Big Boy June, because he has to make a one-stop work somehow on these. Actually, he's on medium, so he is doing a 2-stop. So Lewis is technically going to lead this race after everybody's made their second pit stop. That's on board with AJ Unit, who's still behind Jerry, but losing a bit of time now, which isn't good for him as he cuts the final corner there with a bit. Good to see a Ferrari though in second place. There's no further fight between Diego Gallo and Big Boy June. Big Boy June will be on the faster tyres. Legenda sets a new fastest lap, 138.9. So he is trying to pick up the pace. Actually, with his pit stop, actually has took the net lead as well. Actually, I didn't even see Legenda. Legenda's in 7th, so actually the gap between the leader and Praga is around about 19.2 seconds. I believe it's 20 to 22 a pit stop round here. I could be wrong, it could be 25. It actually might be 25 to be fair. But right now, Lewis is on a mission to actually try and win this race. And you know, is losing a bit on Jerry. Around about 8.5 tenths. Right now they're just staying within DRS towards you, just pulling each other along, which could help them and benefit them. Some reason it switched between Felix and AJU. That wasn't me, but okay then. That's right now there. Yep, the Ferrari has now pulled away out of the DRS range already. Wow. So Jerry then has picked up the pace to try and pull away, and has already pulled up to 1.4 seconds. This is great news for the Mercedes of Felix, and it's also actually great news for the Red Bull of Thomas. Thomas actually started from the back of the grid. So how many positions has he gained? 12 positions, and Jerry's actually gained 10. The biggest losers is actually behind at 12 positions lost, so that is a shame to see. And everyone beset the top 6 have made their pit stop. And a few actually will be making a 2-stop strategy as well, if the 2-stop strategy is the quickest. I don't think it is, but it could be, if you know what pace you need to do. Felix still couldn't catch up this time to the Racing Point. The Racing Point currently holds P3. As there is another fight actually brewing, as Jerry's actually closed up a little bit to Praga, 1.3 seconds. The gap between leader from Legenda and Praga is 17.2. So the people on the 2-stop are trying to make it work. Praga knows what he's got to do, keep this steady pace at the moment, as we're going to go on board with a battle actually further behind for P12. Damn, I didn't even see you retire. Actually, I apologise. I didn't even know you retired. Could you let us know what happened actually in the chat, and let us know what happened if I did miss that. I might have not, to be fair, but if you have any info of the incident, please let us know. As Mr. says, go Ewan. That's Ewan McGregor then. It's big boy Ewan, and he's doing a great work there as he's passed his teammate who's peeled into the pits. And you hit the wall. That's unfortunate. I'm saying fight. It's only pre-season, so no points in the standings for pre-season. Panos then is in 11th. Only a couple of tenths off as Bugajun then moves into 8th place. However, Legende in the Renault is already attacking Tipson, who hasn't made his pit stop. So he's already caught up to him. As here comes Legende now into attack. Trying the inside. Oh, that's... He's allowed to do that, to be fair. That was one move, but then going back to the racing line, he can do that as long as the car isn't alongside him. As here comes Legende now. Will he get a better exit? And will he have the chance to make an overtake in this new place with the DRS zone? No, he stays behind. Maybe he's not ready to make the move yet, but he's going to have to make it soon. Gap to leader from him is 16.3 seconds. So even with this fight, he's actually getting in time. And actually, Lewis Marshall, Praga, who was once an F2, is an F6 now. And he's 5 tenths as Felix as pitted. Oh, that's what he's done. I thought he lost it. As... Wait a minute, where's that McLaren lost, isn't it? Ah, he's lost on that skate road. And Legenda then makes the move there quite easy in Tipson, and look who's in the wings. Adam in the Haas, ready and waiting to attack to take 5th place of Tipson, who didn't have the best qualifying. Probably a short shift to 4th. DRS is active and for both drivers, but look on the straight line speed, he's running a lower package. DRS and overtake. Oh, Tipson defends very lazy, tries to switch back round the outside. Tipson gives him the space, and Adam there moves into 5th. Good move there from Adam, and very special awareness between them two, and good racing as well. As Legende moves up to 4th, Adam moves up to 5th, and Tipson drops to 6th place within a couple of corners. As Lewis Marshall's actually lost the lead as well, which I didn't notice. And Jerry then takes the lead in the Ferrari. And so he says, don't worry, I'm just sandbagging more. Just like Mercedes then. And as Praga then is picking up the pace a little bit more to try and catch back up on Jerry. But maybe this might be a smart decision from Praga. May save his tyres a little bit, may make him last a bit longer. And it could be a strategy call to pit later on a set of hards. Or he may try and actually think about the mediums. Actually, screw that. He's peeling into the pits. So, he's let his teammate pit first. Now he's into the pits then, as Legende is not that far off. And will actually pass him then, as Legende will take the net lead as Red Bull there peels into the pits of Thomas. And the Mercedes there leaves the pit lane. And Legende is now under threat by Adam, who's technically net 2nd place. Adam then is the closest. Actually, there's another close fight for P5 actually, which we've just noticed. Diego Gello, his teammate, who's actually in the lead, but since he's made that mistake into the pits, he's now under threat by the Racing Point, who's on the faster compound. And a lot of fresher tyres. Oh, a bit of contact there, and the Ferrari there keeps the car under control. Holds P5. And his next target will be his teammate, currently in 4th place. As I know, it was exactly there, 2nd off Legende. As Legende is gap to Jerry is 14.1 seconds. So Legende could make a 2-stop work in Singapore, which could be very interesting. So we'll keep an eye out. Actually, both Mercedes are very close together. Is there a fight brewing between these two? I wouldn't expect team orders here. Right, but I don't know, a bit of a lock-up there from Braga as he's getting caught quite quickly by Felix. So as Felix now finally got up the speed around Singapore, and may Braga actually just let him through, or will these two fight? I hope they do fight. It'd be nice to see, as Felix was once in F3, Lewis was once in F2, so two drivers ready to fight as AJU does a 1:38.7 on the mediums currently, the new fastest lap as Jerry peels into the pits. So will both Mercs jump him out of the pit lane? Oh, it's going to be very tight to get a nice camera shot. Felix, oh, very close. Probably don't get that much space. And look at Felix, very feisty, makes the move, and I think holds it round the outside as the camera angle does switch, and he gets the move on his teammate. Now Felix's next target is the Ferrari of Jerry, who's currently in 6th. As here he goes then, goes around the outside. This is going to be very close. Beautiful race there, runs a bit off, and Jerry has to give up. Surely he was off the track. Oh, they're into the wall. They are into the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry squeezed into the wall. Felix almost squeezed the Red Bull in the wall there. And this is twice Felix has been into the wall. He's just not having his day today. And the Red Bull now is ready to make a very easy move. Jerry's just made a pit stop. So that one-stop strategy these two have made have gone basically out the window. They're going to have to go to the mediums and just try and make them to the end. As here comes the Red Bull now of Thomas. Makes the move quite easy. Felix doesn't really defend. Lock up low. Felix tries to switch back, but with that wing damage, I don't think he's actually going to make the move back. And if I was Felix, I'll just let him through and try and bring the car into the pits. As Adam then is in 2nd place, keeping up with the race leader. We will keep an eye on this, and we'll also keep an eye on actually AGU as well. He's actually catching up on his teammate, on Big Boy Duran, and these two are now fighting for 3rd place, and it wasn't actually really that much of a fight. Big Boy Duran actually just lets him through. And AJU then moves into 3rd place. His next target then will be Adam, as I believe Jerry is peeling into the pits. No, he stays out. He's just lost another position to Terra Race there, who had that 5-grid place penalty. As Terra Race there will possibly be making a move on Felix very soon. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead. If it gets any closer, we'll hop on board with it. Let's see if FRL Race, yep, very easy move. And gets the position. There is a VSC now. Cooper's retired. Did FRL Terrace get through? I'm just looking back. Yes, he did. He only just made it through, so he's very lucky. This could be a salvage operation for Felix and Jerry if they make it to the pit lane in time. This agenda is your current leader then, as we'll have a grid reset on lap number 20. This will be great for everybody if their tyres are overheating. They can relax, cool their tyres down, and then start picking up the pace again. And actually, is the safety car VSC coming in now, or? Good evening, hype. Welcome to the stream. Then, yeah, he's picking up his pace. Oh, a drive through for Dylan. I don't know if I saw somebody else get a drive through, but Dylan's got a drive through for speeding under the VSC. And Adam then is back in attack on Legende in 2nd place. See what he can do then. There pulls away even with DRS, but look at his DRS, he has 5%. Look how much Adam has. Adam has 66, well 70 to 66%. He has miles more overtake than him, so he's been very smart with his DRS management. As AJU's not that far behind, 3.8 seconds. All these yellows, that's Big Boy Duran. He is out of the race, and it looks like he's either lost control of the car or just gone straight on, and it just hit the tyre barrier. and that's not good for him. He will be disappointed with that, and he has left the session as well, and that has caused a safety car. Very interesting. We just had a VSC, and now we have a full on-course safety car then. As things have now spiced up. So, will the two stoppers peel into the pits for a set of hard tyres? Or, wait, hang on, that ain't my eyes, I didn't just see rain. It is raining. There is rain, ladies and gentlemen. So that safety car has come at a worse time because I don't think the rain is instantly going to pick up. Oh, that isn't good for Legende. Because if he wanted to pit now, go on softs. Is he pitting? No, he stays out then, so he's being very smart, these two. As the Haas, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was dummying to come into the pits or what. That was quite weird. As it is raining now, is anyone going to be brave and go intermediates already? Well, there's a Alfa Romeo in. Anybody else going to follow? Praga's in. DRS has been, well, hasn't been disabled yet, but what are they going on? It's actually Felix actually in the pits. Praga's already pitted, it looks like. How's Felix jumped Praga? It's Felix who had the damage. He goes on another set of I don't think that was the tyre choice he was actually meant to go on, because the Alfa Romeo is on intermediates. I think Felix and the Mercedes crew have bottled his strategy, and he will not be happy with that. Simpson's also got on the set of intermediate tyres. So let's have a look on board how wet it is. There's no puddles forming or anything. It doesn't look too wet. I think this is just going to be a little sprinkle of rain, and it may get heavier in probably 5 laps time. Maybe that's why Felix actually went on stayed on the mediums. And they're just coasting the Renault, just to save as much fuel as he can. There's a lot of people on intermediates, so I think it does look like it is picking up very slowly. That has been a little bit of a mad race there, hyped. Very calm at first, a little bit of contact, a bit of a sandwich moment at the start of turn 1. And then Certified Spun retired, and then Cooper has retired some apparently on 22 lap old mediums, which isn't true. And then Big Boy June lost control and went straight to the barrier, and Legende doesn't pit. So the dry guys are staying out. So the guys on the Inters may have made a mistake, or they've made a very good strategy call. Praga stays out as well, so I don't know. The Inters guys may have made a gamble, and I don't think it's going to work out. Let's see if the guys on the intermediates are struggling. Type says doesn't reckon it's going to go fully wet until lap 26, so around about 10 laps then. Yeah, you could be right there, to be fair. It has been lap 24, around about lap 26. Yeah, right about there. I think that's May when it might pick up a little bit more, where it might, if it does, possibly go to full wets. But if it takes that long just to go inters, which I have seen before, it'd be very surprising, and it'd be very strange why the guys on the intermediates I have gone on the intermediate tyre already a bit early, but it is looking like it is picking up. It was actually sprayed, and I feel sorry for Praga. He's on hard tyres. He's going to have to keep them warm, and in the rain at the moment, ooh, the Alfa Romeo got really close there to Praga. Why? Thing is, I also don't get. People have complained about the McLaren, not McLaren, Mercedes. The ale is silver. It's black. I think it's just the lighting that makes it look silver. Well, safety car should be coming in this lap, I believe. This lap or next lap. Still doesn't pit. I see people in. I see a lot of people in. AJU peels in the pits with Diego, Thomas and Khalifi all going on the intermediate tyres. So they think it's time. Ferrari there, will he get ahead of everybody? Or will the race point, as a race point there, gets a new front wing change? I think that was probably with the contact with Felix. As the AlphaTauri there gets ahead of the Red Bull. So Khalifi will be happy with that. Thomas will be not happy. Well, that's interesting. Felix, Jerry, Praga, Adam and Legende haven't gone into this. Now, Legende, Adam and Jerry are alright, but Felix and Praga, they're teammates and they're very close, so they're going to have to double stack. At least. Now, if I was one of them, I think the car ahead on the hard tyres, Lewis, going intermediates. And just gamble it, because at the end of the day, right now you're risking both. Well, you're risking your other driver who could be quicker in the intermediates. As yeah, it's very strange to see these guys still on soft tyres. As it looks now, it is looking like it should be Inters now. Wait for the field to catch up behind him. Still got a way to go. He's 30 seconds off Finley, so he's 40 seconds. What's he off the safety car? He's on about he's actually a minute behind Legende, so he's got a long way to go just to catch Legende, but he's got 40 seconds to catch the safety car. Safety car then is coming in this lap then. Safety car has now started to bolt. He's taking his time. He can go whenever he chooses, but I think he's going to wait till the safety car comes into the pits. The thing is, he could be back in the tyres, I hope, as actually a few people have actually dropped away from Praga. As the Legende has started to go then. I don't know why they weren't closer to Lewis. Legende has gone now. We are green. And Legende gets an okay start. And look at that. Look at Terrace. So where's he come from? On the intermediate tyres past both Mercedes there. He gets moved on quite easily. And it's already challenging. I think the Haas and the Renault have made a mistake. I don't think it's slicks anymore. It is intermediates already, especially if you can make a move that easy around the outside. And FRL Terrace takes the lead. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of these make a mistake and crash. But look at this. Praga's been very cautious on the hard tyres. Locks up. They have to give each other space. One little tap. Look at that. One little tap there unsettles the Haas. Oh, and yet again the cars collide. And look at this. Felix now gets the advantage. Maybe the cars are too wide. Like, whoa, what is Panos doing? That's Tipson actually. What's Tipson doing? What is going on? These guys should have pitted 5 wide there, it looked like at one point. Felix somehow still is in 4th place. This is a Timo Glock moment at Brazil. This is Singapore this time. And look, Felix not really giving that much room. Oh, Khalifi's going on the inside. Very, very easy, good move. Oh, and look at this. The people who stayed on drives have made a massive mistake. And they need to peel into the pits ASAP. and somehow Legende is in 4th place. Still. He's really fighting it, but he's somehow still in 4th. Now 5th. Now 6th. Legende actually gets a penalty there, 3 seconds. Now he drops to P7 now, so he's just losing places quite easily. The Praga now drops to 12th. Felix is in 10th. As we go on board with Tibson then in 2nd place, who's actually under threat by one of the Red Bulls behind of Dylan in 3rd place. As we're on lap 20 then. As I said, I will go for a grid reset. So then, FRL Terrace is in the lead. Tibson in 2nd. Dylan, who looks like he's about to make the move on Tibson to 2nd, is currently 3rd. Diagello in 4th. Khalifi in 5th. Thomas is in 6th. Eju in 7th. Panos is in 8th. Finley in 9th. Felix is in 10th. Still on the dry tyres. So maybe they're actually expecting the rain to die down in the next couple of laps. Praga in 11th. Jerry 12th. Behind in 13th. Legende 14th. And Adam in 15th. And DNFs in this race currently is Big Boy Duran in 16th. LR Chris or Cooper in 17th. And Amsterdam retired on lap 2 after he made the spin in 18th. This is now, it reminds me of earlier on when there was a Williams holding him on. It was Panos last time. It's now Tibson who's holding everybody up. The Red Bull there is ready to make the move. As he's going around the outside, possibly. Very close to the wall. The cars are a little bit more wide, I believe, this year. And as we've seen, wider the car, hardly that much easier to make a move. Ooh, very close. Between that Red Bull and the front wing. Oh, as Jerry's left the session. And you actually can't join back. He's actually binned it, I think. Yeah, he's actually binned it, so I think he's actually given up in pre-season, so he's had enough for today. So that is a shame. As Dylan there moves into 2nd, Diego Elo moves into 3rd, Tibson drops to 4th and already under threat by Khalifi. As he defends on the inside there, but no attack yet from the Alpha Tauri. He's just buying his time, waiting on the straightaway. He can make the move. Oh no, the Mercedes haven't. I think, I'm not sure, but I think both Mercedes have done Hamilton and Rosberg in Spain. I think they've come to blows. Yeah, somehow Felix hasn't got front wing damage, but I think Felix made a mistake and Braga just went into him and has to have a front wing change as the Mercedes crew there makes their scheduled stop, well, unscheduled stop I might say, and that is unfortunate for there. The Mercedes making mistakes. Dylan then in 2nd, Diego in 3rd, and Tibson still holding 4th, which is great to see there from Thomas in 5th place. The closest fight we do have a track. Oh, it was actually Digello actually made a move into the hairpin. I didn't even notice he was that close. And now he takes P2 and Dylan drops the 3rd there. And now is Tibson going for it to defend on the outside this time. Dylan locks up and gets the position. But look at this, it's opposite off for Khalifi. Moves into 5th. And gets the position quite easily. Tibson drops down to 6th now as he's got the racer point right behind him. Ready to make the move. Tibson is really struggling on those intermediates. You can see that he just hits the wall there with his left rear. Look at that, he's just drifting through the corners. Same with the racing point. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Tibson almost lost it. Gets a corner cut penalty to deal with it, but I think the rain was only short. Maybe that's why Legende, Felix, Praga and Jerry actually didn't pit. That's Tibson. Is he going on a set of dries? No, he's going on a set of intermediates. But has it stopped raining? Yeah, it stopped raining, so that's a pit crew mistake. We're on board with the AlphaTauri there, challenging its sister team Red Bull. As we're on lap 22, as DRS has been enabled, so it is dry tyres. So Felix Braga tried to stay out on dries, maybe that's why they didn't pit. A little bit of rain then, and the rain has gone. These guys in the Inters now will start to struggle, but not struggle enough like Felix did while they were under the safety car. Missed today's race for spying the competition may help for next week. You're saying. You can see some of the competition may have made some mistakes in strategy calls today. As everyone will have to go on the dry tyres. Adam is on mediums, 30 seconds from everyone, so I think everybody's safe to go on the slicks. But I think Terra, so even with the wing damage actually he's got, which I didn't even notice till now, I think he's been very lucky. He had a 5 grid place penalty in quali, dropped to 7th, and then race didn't really go to plan. Then the Inters came and he took the lead, and now he has to pit in the pits and get a bit of front wing change as the pit crews are now coming out. As the Alfa Romeo then are working on the Alfa Romeo nose, and the Red Bull jumps him, so Dylan takes the lead. Apparently on 2 lap old mediums, so maybe the mediums he did try and qualify on. Now on lap 23 then, and it went dry to the rain and now dries again, which is quite weird. It's the first time we've actually seen it do that. And actually Panos and Thomas are on softs. Now I don't think softs are going to the end. Maybe they're going to try and go for the fastest lap. The fastest lap is currently a 1:38.7 by AJU in the racing point. Adam there jumps Legende, moves into 10th place. In 6th. The lead Williams. At this point they got very close to the wall. I think Panos will be in striking range on the race point very soon, since he's on the soft compound of tyre. There's actually Ferrari of Diego Gello is actually challenging the AlphaTauri in 3rd. Getting really close as well. So there's 2 fights going off at the same time, one with soft tyres and one on medium tyres together. So we'll go on the TV pod view then. See how much he can gain in sector 3 and 1. Bit cautious down the final corner there. Gets a penalty. Bit harsh, but he gets a penalty. Yellows, that is a Red Bull. Red Bull has binned it on the final corner. A lot of people are binning it in the final corner there, and you just don't expect it. As actually Panos actually made a move to 5th. I wasn't even expecting that, as he was around about 2nd off, and he's now in 5th place. Will the Ferrari make a dive? No, he stays behind. But now this is another fight for the lead again. So he's going to have to go on. Oh, good timing as well, especially when the Alfa Romeo almost loses it near the hairpin area. Will he be able to make the move? We'll keep an eye on Diego Gello as well. as there's going to be a lot of fights. I've got to say, when round 1 does officially hit at Austria, there's going to be a lot of fights between everybody. I think everybody's been perfectly placed. The grid's quite close. I know it is pre-season, people maybe not showing their full pace yet, but still, the grids are going to be very close. Type says send in turn 1, so I think Terrace there, send it into turn 1, but I think he's a bit too far behind to make a massive dive like that. Maybe possibly turn 4. Sorry, turn 6 you could possibly do it, not turn 4. Nice rear shot there. PSGL makes the move into 3rd, but look at this, Khalifi's thinking about making another move, could have dived it. The Ferrari did the best defending I've seen, just stayed middle of the track, doesn't give the driver that much time to think where to move and put the position of the car. PSGL then moves into 3rd place, but it's probably there, 38.3, current new fastest lap, as the fast lap was from AGU, which was a 38.7, so a lot quicker. And is in fresh air, so so that's nice. Actually lost a bit of time from doing that. 1.1 seconds. We'll stay on board with this battle because it's the close battle we do have on track between Khalifi and PSGL, but PSGL is pulling away a little bit. So race that gained a little bit of time. I think Panos will be making a pit stop in the next 4 laps. Or, sorry, not next 4, next 2 laps. But if you push him for the next 4, I think he'll go to the end. I think he'll try to do a Hamilton in Britain. He's still trying to close him with PSGL, who's actually, I believe, look like they're slowly catching up with the front 2. 2.3, 2.2, yeah they are, they're gaining time. God, we're going to have to keep an eye on both battles here. Okay, nice helicopter view here. Let's see if the Alfa Romeo can keep its tail end happy this time. It does. Runs wide to get a nice entry into the hairpin. How's its exit? It's okay. Not the best I've seen. Thinking about going on the inside, just letting him know that he's there in his mirrors. And I think he'll be making a move very shortly. That's yet no, the Mercedes haven't, not again. I legit don't know what's going on. This time it was Felix what runs into Lewis. The Mercedes coming to blows yet again. That is twice. They're doing a Ferrari special. What is going on between Felix and Praga today? Evening, Brandon. Welcome. And Hypes, everyone's going to have to be patient. I agree, to be fair. If he's going to have to be smart as well. The laps are starting to close. So, there's Felix is left. That's just great. So I think Felix is done for today. Which isn't the best, just to leave. Because now I don't know if the connections and that may mess up. But, oh well. He was saying, let's go Terra. I think he's got it in the bag. I think he's going to win this race. He has made the move, of course, which I didn't even notice because I was paying attention to the comments. But, yeah, I think he's got it in the bag now. Don't really need to worry. The only guy he's going to probably have to worry about is Diego if he can get past Dylan very easily. And possibly, only possibly, Khalifi in 4th. PSGL then is catching up with the Red Bull of Dylan, and Dylan's done a very good job. Was holding the lead and then now losing it. Whereas Heptade's feeling it's not going to end well. Well, it might not end well. It might end disastrous. Nobody knows. Only time will tell. Ooh, look how close the Ferrari there catches up on the Red Bull there in the braking. And already look at the straight line speed he's using. As Dylan doesn't even use overtake just to defend, he just lets him go. Might be a smart strategy to try and help him catch up with Terrace there, as Dylan drops to third and Diego moves up to second place as AJU peels into the pits to try and go for fastest lap. Unfortunately, the horse actually lagged out. He actually didn't leave or anything. Apparently, he had connection issues, which isn't good. It's Diego then. Is losing actually time now, actually 1.5 to 1.6 seconds. There's one lap 29 out of 31 laps. On a couple more laps, 2 go. We'll be on the pole now. Let's have a look at this. Khalifi now makes the move on Dylan, very easy. And the AlphaTauri then takes third place. So I think it's going to be a very interesting fight this season in the championship. I think it's going to be. Why did that? I don't know why it keeps doing that. I think the championship fight is going to be between the Mercedes, possibly AlphaTauri, Merc, Renault, and Ferrari, and maybe Alfa Romeo. I think they're going to be the main factors this season for the constructors, anyway. But I think the drivers are going to be between Teresa, Legende, Felix Praga, and possibly Diego in the Ferrari. But I think in the constructors it's going to be very interesting. So we're going to go on board with the race lead since there's no battles at the moment. We'll keep an eye out. Yeah, it's actually getting close, actually up by Diego, actually now 1 second. Will there be an overtake on the final lap? It will be a shame Tyrese if there is. I know he has penalties, but I know Diego has penalties, so penalties may have switched around anyway, as the gap's currently a second. So DRS in this lap has won the penultimate lap of this race. And the Ferrari is looking hungry there to take the win. There's actually a lap car of Jay there who unfortunately left the session earlier, so he is actually going to get lapped. Teres then is still holding his own right now, still around about a second, so he's keeping up with Diego now with race pace. And has cheekily got DRS. Oh, now the Ferrari's actually now in DRS range, but he cheekily had a little bit of DRS there. Ferrari won't be happy with that as we're about to go on the final lap. Will the Ferrari of Diego Gello win, or will it be Teresa to take the win in this race? Do leave your comments. if you want to comment, of course, of it, who you think is going to win. As we're now about to start the final lap then of the Singapore pre-season race of F6. Let's see who's going to take the win then across the finish line. Yeah, sector 1 and 2. Is that Panos? That is Panos. Diego's backed off, but Panos has binned it. Same place. That's the fourth person who's binned it on the final corner. I'd expect that from Tino ZE3 or Sondra Sohaug. The bottle hog, I like to call him. As Terrace then is still in the lead now. He's actually gained 6/10 on Diego, so I think the Ferraris now realise he can't challenge him. And the Alfa Romeo is in his own little world. And it looks like he's going to bring home the victory. As he's coming out to the final corner. Panos actually retired, actually. I didn't even realise. But Panos has binned it on the final lap. That moves Praga into 10th. But this is a man to watch. FRL Teresa. Is it got some drivers in at the F6 grid worried? Because he takes the win as the fireworks go off. And he takes the win. Diego takes second there by Pens. Galifi takes third. And Dylan in the Red Bull will be finishing in 4th. And Finley there in the other Alfa Romeo will take 5th. And there's a bit of a bigger gap now behind him in 6th. The fireworks are going off. At least this year we don't have any FPS issues with it. Adam will take 7th place then, as cars. Adam takes 6th. AGU takes 8th. Behind him takes 7th. Agenda takes 8th. AGU takes 9th now. What about Praga? The man everyone hoped to watch to actually win this race is actually going to finish in to 10th place. This isn't the Praga we usually see. We see the winning or podium Praga. Thanks, Hype. Enjoy that. He retired. Takes 10th and he runs into the Alfa Romeo. Thomas then takes P11. Tipson will be the final one then in the Williams. He's done 0 laps, so I think he's trying to go for the fastest lap. In the Williams, is he going to get it? I don't think he did. But he takes 12th anyway, so there'll be no interviews today, guys, for the top 3. There will be for round 1, of course, don't worry. It's just pre-season. Since it's pre-season, I'm not going to be doing podium interviews, but first round 1 I will be doing interviews. But Teres then takes the win in the Alfa Romeo. So the drivers, you guys have seen the guy who's won the pre-season race. Could this guy win the Drivers' Championship in this season, or will it be someone like Praga, Felix, or anybody who actually didn't perform well in the pre-season or didn't even make it today, unfortunately? Could they win the first round? Well then, as he shocks there, the race engineer. As we'll now go down the official results. Teres then takes 1st, Diego takes 2nd place, and Khalifi in 3rd, Dylan in 4th, Finley 5th. Adam takes 6th then, with a good result today from him after a few mistakes made, but I think the driver there is definitely Dylan. 16th, starting 16th on the grid, takes 4th, good job from him. Behind in 7th with a good recovery drive, Agenda 8th, AGU in 9th. Praga 10th, Thomas 11th, Tipson 12th, Panos 13th, Jerry 14th, I don't know if he classed within 90%, Felix 15th, Big Boy Jones 16th, Cooper in 17th, and Amsafai is in 18th place. And everybody got a penalty, which is surprising. That's actually, you almost got disqualified. Well, Lewis says, rain cost me Felix a 1-2. I don't know, Lewis. I think you two crashing into each other might have cost you the 1-2, to be fair. You probably didn't mean it, to be honest. Well then, I have been your commentator, Jared Fosbury or IL Neon. This has been PSGL Season 26 F6 Grid pre-season at Singapore. I hope you have enjoyed the comms and enjoyed the race. I have. and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.